Welcome back, everybody, to the 2025 Derby City Classic. This is the first of three divisions. It is the bank pool division, and we are in round number 8. I am your host, Scott Frost. As you see on your screen, we've got two world-class players in this match. Skyler Woodward, the great American Hope, versus Roberto Gomez. It is lag for the break, a race to 3, winner break after that. There are no kicks, caroms, or combinations allowed, and it is called pocket. Also, no jump cues allowed here. The subject, I'm sure somebody's jumped with their playing cue, playing bank pool. I just haven't seen it. As I mentioned, we are in round number 8. Skyler Woodward, no losses. Roberto Gomez lost in round number 6 versus Sergio Rivas, 3-2. Then in round 7, he beat our little man, who they used to call Little Pixie. I call him Killer Pixie, a.k.a. the Lion, Alex Pagulayan. And he beat the Lion 3-1. So Roberto Gomez feeling good coming into round 8. This should be a great match. They are racking the one on the spot. So when that is done, you have to believe that they're going to make a ball on the break. This is the entire reason the World 9-Ball Tour has gone to racking the 9 on the spot. Woodward taking a sip of water, getting everything ready. A lot of pool to be played this week. The next event is one pocket, and that will bleed in 9-ball. These events overlap one another, 500 plus players in each event. It is a pool bonanza. Woodward to break in game number 1. And the table is leaking. Call the plumber. Got the wing ball down and the 1. Those are both balls that are desired with the 1 on the spot. Is he looking at possibly the 8 past the 7? I don't believe he'll take it on. It seems very tight, and I don't know what kind of reward he'll get. He is an aggressive player, that being said. Well, he is going to take it on, so he must have more of a pocket than I think. This is the only angle that I have to work with. Oh, he had plenty of pocket, and what a play. Back and forth towards the pile. Cross corner on the 4. Nice and close to it. He can turn this ball with maybe just a tip of inside if he'd like, but really just a straight top ball here will turn it over. It's all about how heavy you hit the 4. 7 finished in a not-so-friendly position. The problem with the 6 is that a couple of balls spot up after the break. Whatever you make on the break will spot up. He is feeling good about it, though. Going to swing around with the cue ball. He did not want to catch the point. Might have got away with it. Good cue ball, though. Can't say much about it. So I believe he made 3 on the break. He's got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I think he made 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he made 3 on the break. 3 come up. Skyler, a fun, lighthearted guy. Roberto, also very fun and lighthearted. I like the jersey. Is that even a jersey? Should we call the tournament director? That looks like a shirt or a t-shirt, but Woodward in a t-shirt as well, so I don't think it's really a problem. I like it, neither here nor there. This is the Derby, fast and loose. Dress code not too highly enforced. I believe he's just going to come off the edge. He might play this to lower right. The reason he did is so he could free the cue ball back down, but watch out, he could leave a 7. Yeah, this guy's got the 7 to the top right, but pretty difficult play. Good news for him is the cue ball will end up on this bottom rail. A lot of communication between the two so far, a little gamesmanship. Kind of eases the nerves between both guys. He lost the cue ball a little bit more than I really expected there, so it was a bit steeper angle than I assumed. Yeah, I was going 2 to the side there. Gotta feel like Sky's gonna take the 5 on. He's got options though. Does have a 2-0 ball lead. Makes a big difference in this position. You don't want to risk leaving the cue ball up there in the pile anywhere. If you could shoot something to where it's free, like going forward on the 5 or drawing back. Yeah, he's going to cross the 7, so can he swing the cue ball around below the 5? Yeah, I think he kind of got away with it even though he's left the 7. So I'm wondering where he was going to go to the cue ball there. He's just going to leave a straight back on the 6 or a cross side on the 5 at that speed. Maybe even a straight back on the 5. A little surprised there. Roberto going to go to the lower right and draw out. Now trailing 2 balls to 1. It's the first to make any 5. Can chip off the 1 and send the cue ball 2 rails back down towards this lower right diamond. If he wants to stay aggressive on the 5, he's got to feel good about it because he's going to probably go into the pile. Well, where's this going to finish? Speed way off. Yeah, I guess that if he would have hit that hard, he was tracking towards maybe the 9. It was just behind the 8, so he had to roll it a little easier. Going to the top right here. Playing for 2. He's got options. He can play this to the top right, which I think is a free cue ball, but he can play it to the lower left and just kind of stick him in the pile. Not too shabby. Yeah, you better be careful here. You're going to leave the 9. Yeah, he's aware. You're better coming off this side down here towards the lower right or the head of the table. That'll get it. You got to assume that Skyler wants to either lay the 6 up or roll it in. Could come off the 1, but you don't want to open those balls up for any reason. Can you see the 9? This is the only angle I have to work with, so it's not always going to be perfect. Can he 2-rail the 6 to the top right? A lot of times these guys will play that ball. Can't fault him. You might say, well, he's left the 9. Well, there's a lot of problems with the 9. He most likely won't shoot it. Just going to come off the left side and back up. Yeah, pretty good, but I think Sky can stiff the 9 to the lower right and just kind of punch to the center of the top rail there. Skyler and Roberto have been friends for a long time. Look at how level he is, so he's going forward. Yeah, wide. Maybe a little bit outside ball there right at the end. A lot tougher bank to hit when you're drawing it, believe it or not. That straight back. Going to the top right corner here. Just short. Oh, and he caught the point. How's it finish?
Put your chips and tears on.
Just gonna shave the 8 and come down. Does he have a 4-railer on the 9? I think it's a little steep. You can always shave the 1 or the 4. And cue ball gonna come off. And this is a 4-railer. 4-railer to the top right. Really all about the cue ball here. Wow, he cut it way too thin. But he got half of it right. Excellent cue ball.
They're not going to top? Roberto, they go on top.
Okay, so I'm going to try a different way. I'm going to go that way and bring out white.
No? That's where it's wrecked anyway.
Skyler caught him speeding. Didn't give him a ticket though. Gave him a pass, just a warning. Coming off the 8. The speed looks great. Yeah, you can't ask for more than that. I think it was 2 innings ago that Roberto passed up a straight back. I felt like when he played that 4-railer, he could have played a straight back with a free cue ball. How many good looks are you going to get? This is tricky. Handled it very well. This bottom rail, your best friend when you're in the lead, can be your worst enemy when you're trailing. Yeah, looking at the 9, I guess. Boy, don't you feel like you're going to go into the 6 or the 8, I mean? Can you avoid them? Yeah, where's this going to stop? Pretty aggressive there, maybe a little loose by Skyler, especially with a 3-1 ball count. Should get punished for that decision. Roberto to the left side here, could play position on the 8. Decided to wrap around. Just going to feather the 8 now. Good cue ball. Once again, both of these guys have great cue balls. Both of them play world-class one pocket, which also helps extremely. All right, he's playing this to the top right, but you got to assume this is more about the cue ball. Now to the lower right. This is very reminiscent of the 7 that Skyler tried to play to the lower right. Actually caught it real thick and double kissed it. You want to hit this too thin versus too thick, in my opinion. I like to swing the cue ball all the way back around with an extreme inside ball here, just a center inside. That way, if you hit it too thin, the 8 tracks back down, your cue ball gets back up table. Now, obviously, they're at the table, they're going to see things a little bit differently. Now I'm going to stiff the 6. Wow. Wow. Very hard to shorten that ball. Skyler just said that is crazy. Yeah, we are only into round 8. These are Black Diamond Pro Cut Aramith balls, Simonis cloth, the best of the best. And that is going to fall on the fresh cloth. That's why I think we both were a little stunned that Gomez shortened that ball up the way he did, the 6. Going to go 4 rails to the top right. Playing for 1. Well, he has really overcut it as well, so both players very thin on the 4-railer. Wow, I thought he might cross it with an outside. He's going to the lower left. Good cue ball. If you don't like where you're at here, can't you just rub the 1? Skyler not the type. I think he can cross it to the lower right, but watch the cue ball to the top left if you do play it. Yeah, I felt like you needed an inside ball to beat that kiss. But then you risk scratching. Very good at this shot, as we can see. He's played 3 shots like this and executed 2 out of the 3. Smart there as well. Gonna just baby the 1, right? Just bump the 1 here. You don't have to leave him distance. You can just lay him up behind it. Okay, he's gonna let him get a look at something. 4-railer on the 1. 1-railer on the 4. I'm surprised he didn't just baby the backside of the 1 there. Yeah, 4 rails. It's going to be closer. Four-wheel spot. Decisions here. Can you just pound forward on the 1 to get some distance with the cue ball? That's what he's going to do, and the only reason I say that is because I can see that he likes this shot by his decision in the last couple of innings. How did he hit it? And look at the cue ball finish here. Woodward wins game number 1 in pretty good fashion. They haven't stopped chatting so far. It's good to see. But at the same time, I can promise you that that chatter will probably slowly dissipate in the next game or 2, or at least in the next 2. A little bit of nervous energy between the 2, and believe it or not, I'm not saying they're stressed or like at some high level nerves, but there's always a little nervous energy, especially when you're playing a friend or somebody that you know has the capabilities of beating you. Very good success on his last break. Made 3 balls. Switching sides now. So, something he must see in the rack. The 3 is down. And that is the goal, to make the wing ball. He's got a great look at the 5, carries position to the 8 or the 1. He's leveled out. He really likes to bank the ball with a high ball, and I understand why. When you're using a high ball, it's just going to open that ball up, allow the pocket to become a little bit bigger. Anytime you decide to implement some type of side spin, it will shrink the pocket. John Brunback, the greatest at figuring that out, going to the cross corner, top right. Double kissed, right in the face. And he's left the 4, I believe. Yeah, and for you folks at home, you can turn the object ball over much more with a heavy ball hit, kind of a center top ball, versus any type of English. And he's really overturned that ball. The 3 does play. The 9 plays. You know, I can, in Skyler's defense, having such a good time, and he always does, but one reason he might be having a little more fun is his lovely wife, Ashley De La Cruz. Well, she won $30,000 on machine yesterday. Life is good. Or I should say, day 1. Yeah, pretty big miss there by Gomez. Woodward was at the 9, now going to the 1. Likes the 9 better. It's a bit of right English here, just to help the 9 down. Can cross the 3, can cross the 4. Does know, though, the cue ball's tracking back up here. He's going to leave some. And I think that's why his decision is now to the 4. Yeah, notice where the cue ball finished here. A little more difficult. In case he happened to miss it. Out to a quick and big lead again. This looks really good. 4 balls to nothing, Woodward. Does he take on the 4-railer on the 3? A lot of players will level out and use a high ball here. You just have to avoid the kiss around the right-hand side pocket. Is he a little concerned about the 2? Yeah, just playing safe. Cannot fault him. He's got plenty of cover with the 2 and 8 and the 7. No fun for Roberto. Things have already gone a little bit silent. Courtesy Skyler Woodward, of course. twice. Wow. Really like the decision, though. Really the only way to get a ball down there. Thought he might consider full railing the 3, but not been too successful at that. But a real clever way to get the cue ball back down here twice. Hit it pretty good. Can play the 3-4 rails here. Wants to get cute, 3 railing the 6 in the right side. Does carry a pretty good cue ball. Carries a great cue ball. Too good, actually. Left maybe a look at the 2 to the left side, or twice to the right side. And this is going to be 3 in the right side. Quickly. An opportunity to a 2-0 lead. It's not a big lead in a race to 3 with 2 players like this. Gonna be short, way short. Hard to believe, actually. I thought he hit it well. Do not blame him here. This ball is not helping his case. Sky will come off the 7 or the 3. Most likely the 7. Back towards the chalk down here. Maybe a little thicker than he'd have liked. Tell you what, Roberto held that 6 ball last game so well. Alright, playing the 6 again. This game will play tricks on you. You shorten a ball up that's almost impossible, so you think, well, the table's playing a little short. The next thing you know, you lengthen the ball up a little too much. Still chatting. Just gonna knock it in. Another excellent cue ball. Yeah, watch out. I actually felt like he hit that very well. Tough to come out of the corners. You've got to catch that ball extremely thin to get the true response out of the cue ball. But the lower right bit him. Straight back for a 2-0 lead. Watch the blue too. Watch the blue too. It was a big ball. Oh boy. Open season here. Just needs a starter. That's the black 8, possibly the 2. Both look pretty good. But the black 8 carries a punch down position. And he kind of decelled there. Wanted to get to the bottom rail. I thought he would punch it. So he knew he could get to the bottom rail. Instead, rolled through it a little bit. That's not where he wanted to be. He had the World's Fair opened up for him there. You gotta take advantage when you get the chance. And he knows he let one slip by him there. Roberto must have owed one. I overlooked. Oh, he scratched in the lower right, excuse me. So Roberto needs 5. Look at this. He has gotten away with one, I believe. Put his hand up. He's got the 6. That's about it. No position. Going to be granted here, I don't believe. Yeah, that's short. Boy, it looks awful thick to the green 6. If you're going to the top left, it's more about the cue ball here. You can bet your bottom dollar if he misses it, it will be to the short side unless he double kisses it. Yeah, really just wanted to play it thin. Left the 7 though, caught it a lot thinner than he meant. Does he go into the 2 or does he just play this free to the top right? Alright, a little body English there. I know the feeling. All systems go to the lower left now. This is a must make. Any time you're drawing the ball with power, the bank becomes 40% more difficult. And that's a real number, in my opinion. I've been around the best ever lived for a long time, John Brumback, and he'll be the first to tell you. He's been successful with this cross to the lower left on the 7. Short. And this time you wrap the cue ball around. Watch out, it's opened up. Back to square one. Gomez needs them all. Woodward needs a ball. Crossing the 2 to the top right. Once again, pretty thin hit. Believe he's got it. Living on the edge. Pro cut pockets. Obviously already getting plenty of play into round 8. That ball falls on day number 1. Yeah, short again. Cross side on the 3. Scared to kind of shoot it, but you do have the 2 as insurance. Gomez cannot get out, you wouldn't think. Only reason he's a little concerned is because the cue ball's probably going to track back down. Table, let's see how he plays this. Well, that's as good as you can do. I don't know if it was by design to get below those 3 balls pretty flat like this. But to keep Gomez off the bank was great. wants to play the 2 and get back down here to like the lower left or to his side right below him, and hard to get out of that corner that way. This looks pretty good. Oh, and it is just short. Doing everything he can to keep Roberto alive. Most likely going to go to the lower left here. Unless it's too thin, he'll just make it. Yeah, and they are still chatting away. So I guess this is just what they do, and I know they are very good friends. Yeah, and notice what Skyler did with the 2 as well there. He chipped it 2 rails just below the 3. Just in case Roberto thought he was going to get a straight back. Emphasis on the cue ball by both boys.
It's my chance, guys. I need to play this.
He's talking about needing to play it. I think it's the 2. Historically short on the straight backs. Does the 6 cross? If not, he's obviously got the 8. Could 2 rail the 3. Could do something real passive and maybe play the 2 straight back. Going to the 8. That last ball can be a booger to get. Good cue ball by Skyler. Well, it was only a matter of time. Great play there. Really, I think just a center low ball. Now for his next trick. He's got a 2 cross corner, maybe the 7 straight back. None of them really a lot of fun. Could just bunt the 2 forward, maybe lay him up behind the 8. I know he's not thinking that way. Okay, gonna draw back, playing this 2 rails to lower right, but you're gonna leave the 8, most likely. Sky gonna go to the lower left with the 8. He's had a few shots to get this game over with. Alright, now going 3 in the side. This is all about the cue ball again. Drawing back. He's lost the draw. Maybe just being a little nice to Roberto. Because the straight back to the lower left there was pretty sweet. would be gross if Roberto swished this and run 3 more. Playing for 3. Speaking of the 3, I wish I was a little bit taller. Gonna go get the extension. Yeah, Sky might be regretting the straight back on the 8 there versus 3 rails to the side. I do know the 3 rails to the side is a good shot when it's really kind of required. I don't feel like it was as required there. It's a pretty big pocket with straight back on the 8, which was what he was initially going to do. That's short. Never mind. And just like that, we've got a pretty close game. Skyler unsettled in the chair now. And that is wide, but a great cue ball. You can kind of feel the energy shifting a little bit now. Oof. Very tough hit. He's great at the level cue with a high ball. One of the best, actually. No, I did not want to catch the point. Did not want to catch the point there with the 7. Many times in this rack, Skyler has had a bank to finish it out. Just couldn't get it done. And you can't miss this one. Skyler said, I got a little lucky there. Yes, you did, young man. Once again, going with a high ball opens the pocket up more. I like the way he plays this. It's a little wide. Yeah, just can't seem to get that last ball down. Here's the problem in this situation. If you make the 8, Skyler's going to make the 7. You would like to just roll the 8 up into the pocket. You want to be the last guy to make the ball. Yeah, very, very smart. You'll see a lot of 9-ball players that don't play this game as much that don't recognize that. And the reason neither one of them want to make this ball is because they want to be the last guy to make the last ball. He wants to get it hanging in there. He'd like to lay it up in the corner. And he's that close to it. The closer he can get it to the corner, because he needs both. Yeah. Probably just going to chip off the bottom side here and wedge him. He doesn't want to make it unless he can hook him on the 7. Yeah, that's no good. Sky going to go to the lower right now. Roberto wanted to be the one to shoot the 7 last, just couldn't gain the position. Very difficult shot here. Oh, what a great hit this was. Wow. All the easy ones he had, swishes the tough one. That's what Skyler does. Put a little extra work into that rack. Now leading 2-0, and we got action. Take a look at this hit. Really a level ball, I think, a center high ball, maybe a tip of outside to help the 8, but he knew right when he hit it. There was no jaywalking there. Players are taking a short break to add insult to injury. Now Gomez left a stew on it. Woodward is back. How do you like the shirt? I was commentating that event. I was commentating that match. It was kind of a new deal for me at the time. The Moscone Cup I'd never commentated, so I was a little animated. I was a little pumped up. It was a little different for me, but can we get 2 beers? Pretty fun moment there. Woodward and Gorst won their partners match and started queuing to the crowd to bring them a couple beers, and they did. There goes the corner ball again. Can cross the 3. Is the kiss on? I don't know that it is. It looks like the 3 is close enough to that top rail. This angle could fool me if he doesn't shoot it. The kiss is clearly available. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you put on the cue ball, you just can't avoid it. He'd probably like to use a bit of an outside ball here and catch it thicker. It could be devastating if he catches a kiss. Oh, notice the body English there. The kiss was close. Outside spin. Just held the cue ball up in time. Yeah, and this is pretty sweet. Really, what do you leave if you don't get it down? I'm surprised at the speed at which he hit it. I thought he just drifted in. Tried to create a little bit more of an angle for position. Roberto, to this point, has not punished Woodward for any mistakes. He likes to draw the ball when he banks. And I think that's natural for most players when you're banking a ball. Like, if it's straight on, everybody feels a little bit more comfortable drawing it. But if you can get away from that and kind of punch it a little bit more with a center ball, less speed, I promise your accuracy will come up. Playing for 3. And it's more so when you're drawing it with power. That's when the accuracy really starts to come into play. All right, starting to punish now. He's got the 4 cross side. Playing for 1 on a 4-ball run. The 6 is pretty free. If you shoot either the 9 or the 3 here, you know you're going to most likely leave the 6. Yeah, I think this is probably a wise decision. He's been short historically here. And he's short again. Consistency is key. open that ball up with an outside ball softly, just a little short. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he really has here. Is he looking at the 6? I feel like there's probably more value to just rolling the 1 in, unless he thinks he can cross it to the lower left. You want to get that ball in play. Is he looking to the top right? Yeah, okay. If he feels he can avoid the kiss, it looks like a kiss here, but the angle, this is what fools me. Oh, it was pretty close, the kiss. He didn't want to catch the 6. Caught the 3 too thick. He's going to stay aggressive and go at the 9 now. Big benefit to it. Does he follow here? I don't think you need to follow here. You're trailing 4 balls to 1. Really go at the make. Oh, he's following once again, so is he going to catch the 3? Angle really fooled me. Six finished in a very unfortunate position for Woodward. Is he going to the lower left with this? Needs to carry. Needs to carry. Yeah, the concern was leaking the cue ball out and leaving the 1. That's why he hit it at the speed that he did. Huh. Okay. Had no problem bringing this ball back in play. Thought he might try and hang it up or kick it back up table into a safer position, but obviously what he did worked out. He's going to the top left here with the 1. Wow. He is so good with the high cue ball. I don't know anybody better, to be honest, from what I've seen over the years with Skyler, the high cue ball. At one point, I commentated, I believe, where he ran 20-some banks in a row. Freddie the Beard was with me. Rest in peace. He was doing the same match, obviously. Yeah, this is probably going to get in if it has the pace. And here we are. You're never safe in 9-ball bank pool with another great player. 6 now in a funny position for Woodward. Needs this to finish on the rail. Not too bad, I'll tell you what. From there, he's not thrilled, but wanted to glue him. Straight back. Way wide. Way wide. Back arm might have failed him there. At times it does for Roberto. For the win. Way too thin. Good leave. Left him pretty centered on both lines. Meaning, if he plays the one to the lower right, the kiss could be on. If he plays it to the top left, he's got to draw out of it. Oof. Everything threading pockets. Cue ball. Track towards the lower left and the one just high. Pretty cute. Can you graze the one and just leave distance? Why are you elevating? Did he hit the ball? Yeah, you'd typically like to level out if you're grazing the one. Watch the corner. Wow, good clean living. 30K on the slot machine, and we don't scratch. Yeah, I'll tell you what, he actually hit it really good. This is a much more difficult shot than they make it look. Easy to hit that ball way too thin. Leave it cross corner. What's he got up his sleeve here? Two rails. So watch the cue ball, gonna wrap the one out of the lower right and then wrap the cue ball 4 rails. He was playing the one to the top left. He's been good at this shot. Seems like he's real comfortable crossing the face of the one with the center ball. He's on the board. That's probably the worst case scenario, Woodward leaving that look. We got action. Roberto Gomez on the board. Yeah, what a massive game there for Gomez to win. It feels to me like Woodward let one slip away there for certain. He knows it. It was a must-win for Gomez, with one loss in this event. I will refresh your memory, lost to Sergio Rivas, Hill, last round. Which could have a little bit to do with why he's struggling as well, and I do feel like he's struggling. Maybe that'll change, but it's not going to change this inning. Woodward with an opening. It's a little awkward, though. Yeah, he wants to spin this with an inside ball here. That's the only way he's going to avoid the kiss. And he wants to catch it thinner than we would typically think. It's going to turn the 7 downward. See how much it turned down. Caught it a hair thick. And I gotta say, I don't think Sky playing his best pool by any means either right at the moment. You kind of feed off of your opponent. That's just how we play. Both of them kind of just scratching for each ball. Roberto, is he trying to stun this below the 1? That's pretty hard luck. He had to hit it with pace to hold it up. I do think the 1 banks to the lower right, but it's danger. going to look at it, but it's danger. And the reason I say that is the cue ball is going to track to the left side of the table. You notice the 8 and the 4. He doesn't get the 1 down. He's doomed. Yeah, he's just going all out, back cutting the 6 to the right side pocket here. Don't want to overhit this. It will shorten on you. Look at the speed. He hit it very well. Hard to believe he overturned that ball. That was all due to the speed. If he hits it hard, it doesn't have time to turn, meaning the 6, because he put a ton of outside spin on it. I believe the 2 banks, believe it or not. This is the only angle like I've touched on, but it can fool you at times. The 6 is clearly wide open. Just second guessing himself a little bit the entire match from what I've seen. No questions there. Playing for 4. Going at the blue 2 to the lower right. Oh, and it clearly went. He hit it long. He's got the 4. And once again, we're yet to see these guys really punch this ball. Skyler real great with the high ball, obviously. And I think that's as good as any punch because it opens the 4 out and makes the pocket a little bigger. Yeah, hard to believe with the high ball that shortened up. Boy, and I think he played position there too, with the cue ball finished the way it did. The 8 and 5 there, so he was going all out. And I've learned something this match. And I think maybe we all should learn something this match if we don't know it. But using a high ball tells me a lot when you're banking the ball. It really does open the pocket more, and until Sky's done it repetitively in this match, it didn't really strike me. But now it makes a lot of sense. It's going to put an adverse English on the object ball, make the pocket a little bit bigger as well. You don't have to hit the ball quite as hard with a high ball either. Anytime you're drawing it, now you hit it hard, but it puts a top English on the object ball and makes the pocket tighter. Playing for 3 is the 1 in the kiss. He acts like it's not. So he must be able to beat it on the outside. Well, he's caught the kiss. Did he get away with this slightly? Yeah, look at the look on Skyler's face. So the conversation between the 2 is slightly changed. Gotta try and heavy this with a thick 1 ball here, softly. No chance. Just too awkward there. Is he going to go 2 to the side or the lower right corner? I think the side. Just short. Skyler was looking at the 9 and the 2 a little bit ago. Nothing's changed down here as far as the 7, 2, and 9's concerned. Tell you what, they're both really kind of just going at everything. Okay, now I like this rail first, bring the cue ball over just a bit. On the top right corner, I don't believe there's anything there. Better hit something. And he's got the 4 to the 2, cover him up. That would be amazing. Beautiful game played by ugly people, and that was cold, if it's the case. I think the 4 goes. He's acting like it's really funny. Yeah, he's calling it twice. So the 2 got in the way. That's pretty chilly. He's going to cross the face of this softly and allow it to open up off the second rail. Just long. So that's 2 balls to the side that have gone just long in this rack. I really like the way he played it as well. Look at the cue ball into the 9. Going to the top left with the 2. Oh, he played a free cue ball even better. Great hit by Gomez. Playing for 2 now. And a 2-0 lead in a race to 3 really isn't any type of lead at all if you can't get that last game. Straight back. Players seem to be struggling with the straight backs. Once again, he drew that ball for good reason. Did this land awkward? I don't believe so. He can use a high outside here just to come up towards the spot. Or has he got to go inside ball here underneath it? No, he does have to go underneath it. Great strike there by Skyler. Angle fooled me. Camera angle, I should say. Can we get 2 beers? Can we get that t-shirt? Pretty sure the 7 plays to the top left corner here. You could consider defense. He's not out of this rack yet by any means. Doesn't want to give anything away. And defensive play would just be to chip the 7 to the lower left corner, not make it. Then send your cue ball up to the top right corner, just left of it maybe. That would be great. Well, it wouldn't be great, but be pretty passive. So he's going to wrap around here, going to the high right ball or the low right ball. Wow, what a big turn there he put on the 7. Great pace as well. Now to his go-to, the high cue ball. He will make an adjustment from the last strike where it was short. A little pep in the step by Woodward. Sends a message to Superman that I got the kryptonite. And this will work. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The 9 does cross the lower right, but the cue ball's tracking to the 1. 6 might play to the top left, but the 1 is a big ball there. I am really surprised he bet the future of his tournament on a back cut from that distance to the top right corner. He clearly did not think he was going to crash into the 1. Playing for 2.
scared. I've missed so many banks this tournament where I'm scared to death.
Yeah, surprised he drew the ball there. Can't believe what he said, but he said fear, scared to death. And we know the 6 does bank to the lower left. Well, he's really widened this up. I'm surprised he didn't draw that ball. That's one where you could draw because you know you can shorten it up, and if you miss it, the 6 goes back down table. All the pressure on Gomez here. Tell you what, little twist in the arm there, but great strike. As he fallen awkward, he shortened one up in rack number 1 that was very similar, going to the top left. Yeah, another flinch in the arm. Let's come down to this. They each need 1. Woodward going to the lower right. He has no losses. This is just a straight top ball here. All focused on the make. Wow. I don't understand there. I didn't feel like the scratch was ever in play. Maybe put a touch of outside on it. Look at how this is finished. No fun. Level Q for certain. You do not want that back arm flinching here. I think it double kissed, to be fair. Yeah, he's too steep to play at 4 rails and get the cue ball safe. I think. He'd like the cue ball to be more towards the center. He still might play it, but if the cue ball was more to the left, about 10 ball widths, he'd be thrilled to play it. Hard to get the cue ball away from that top side of the table now. He's going 4 rails. This is really all about the make. I don't believe he can get past the side pocket. If he can, means he put a real good strike on it. And I'm talking about the cue ball. You see how it killed right there? Yeah, just too flat on the 4-railer there. Duck soup for Gomez to tie the match up. Man, we do have a tie match, and that was really a tall order to 4-rail the 6 there and get the cue ball back down here. When you're flat like that, you know with a high ball the cue ball is going to arc. That's why you want the cue ball more to the left, somewhere in line with the center diamond. This way you can play it 4 rails, catch it pretty full, but you can use a low outside ball and wrap your cue ball around back up table. But anytime you're using a high ball length of the table and you're catching an object ball full, you know the cue ball is going to bend some after contact. So getting the distance that you wish is always a concern, especially with any power. Hill, folks. 1 game for all of it. We could have saved about an hour and a half. Finally got the corner ball down. The 3's down, the 1's down. The table is leaking as of late. He's got a great look at the 8 to the right side, and Woodward must be thinking, how in the world is it 2 apiece in this match? That is bank pool, and that is the Derby. Once again, going to the draw. Felt like he could punch forward there and come away with something much better. There's the 9 to the lower left. This shot he's been historically very comfortable with in this match. He's going to cross the 4. Or at least looking at it. Really want a good cue ball here. Just high of the right side. It was all probably because he wanted to get the cue ball back down. 3 ball's going to come up. Pretty hard to turn this 9 ball down if you're Woodward, but you know you're crashing towards the 4, most likely. Yeah, I really don't see anything else. Is he looking at the 6 and maybe tucking below the 4? He caught it a little heavy. Still pretty good. In cross the 8. Maybe even the 5. Conversation has ceased. It's all fun and games in rack number 1 and rack number 2. I get it. I've been there a million times. Wow, just long. And this is what bank pool can do to you. Woodward missed a couple of banks in the last rack. Just long. It'll get you scratching your head. Going to the lower left with the 9. Got to take a good look at the 4. He must know that it isn't bankable. For Gomez if he doesn't get the 9 down. Big stretch here. Another high cue ball. Just cut it thin. Does the 4 bang? Think you can twist this in? Does it have the pace? My goodness gracious. Just another quarter of a rotation, and that is gone. He's going to draw this to the middle of the top rail or towards it. Gomez playing for 4. Needs that to get to the rail, but I don't mind the shot at all. Getting he just stick to the back of the 4? Does he have to draw back? Watch out, 3. Pretty good. Be careful. You could leave the 4 here. Well, did the 1 rock around the 4 there? It did. That's what Skyler's talking about. Because he had the 4 to the top left. Wow, you got to guard against the 4 again. That'll work. I don't mind shooting the 4 towards the 5 and drawing back to that rail up there. Wow, he could play it past the 7. Very good cue ball, too. Tough position here. I don't fault him here for going at the 7. He's probably going to power through this. Just want to avoid the 5 coming back. Really good cue ball from where he was. So accurate with the high ball. Shane Van Boning also extremely accurate with the high ball, but boy, Skyler showed me a lot this match. Definitely learned something from him here. Pretty good touch. It was a real thin hit. Either do or you don't. Or does play to either corner. Top right or left. It's an awkward one though, right? You're almost dead straight with the ball, so you've got to cut it pretty heavy either way. I don't mind to the top left with a low outside ball, but kind of just stunning the cue ball over below the 1. The problem is 7 and the 3. If you don't get it down, there's no value. Yeah, this is all cue ball here. Oh, he's got the 9. He'd like. Could shoot the 5 up and down just past the 8. And what I mean by that is basically get the cue ball back up where you're at, somewhere around where he's standing on that top rail. Just 2-railing the 5 defensively in between the 8 and 4. He's calling the top right. Is there something he can see that I can't? Is he looking at the 4? Following forward here. I was going to say, I felt like you could hit the 5. Yeah, so a big chance for Woodward now. Gomez took a big chance after clawing his way back into this match. Wow. Didn't expect it. Caught it short. Last 2 to the side, I believe, were a little bit long, just a hair. Really turned that ball back. Dug into it pretty heavily. this is where, in my opinion, the game is so important on the defensive side. I think that at times we tend to start to overlook the smart trap plays that you can use in bank pool. And there are many of them. It can get very complex. And these guys know these moves, but they're so talented offensively that it's hard for them to turn it down. I think he's going into the 8 here, but he's okay with it. I mean, just short. Yeah, these balls are slightly messed up. You could play the 3-1 rail to the lower left if you're just looking to make a bank. You could also maybe play the 3 twice to the lower left. The side pocket is there if you want to draw out of that. And nothing wrong with just rolling on top of the 5. Letting him try and figure something out. Well, that's not what I would have done. I would have tried to double kiss it and just roll it on top of the 5. You don't want to allow him any type of look. Don't think he really has anything aggressive, but it was close. Pretty smart shot, actually, by Skyler. Touched on this before. You really don't want to be the last one to make the ball. You don't really want to be the first one either. Can just graze the 9 and put him kind of like behind it softly, but the 3 does play to the lower left. I feel like worst case scenario is to come out long here, maybe catching the 4. Oh, great shot. Very, very good. We are all knotted up at 2 games apiece. 1 ball apiece. Hill. Back cutting the 7 to the right side here. Cue ball going to track 3 rails towards the 9. Unless he wants to put something else on it. Yeah, just short. So hair thick. All right, 3 rails. It seems like the 9's a big ball for this play. Yeah, the 9 just had him. Otherwise, I think that ball goes. Skyler going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And Skyler is back. Could just bunt to the 9 there. just flick the bottom side of it, kind of like you're kicking it. Okay. A little bit of cat and mouse here. Doesn't want to have to come down, so is he trying to wedge here? Just really bumping the 5 softly. Very good. Very, very good. Could be pretty effective if the 5 is frozen. But it was not. They're having some fun. You really can't do much, especially if the 5 is froze. If the 5 was not froze, I think he could shoot to the point just left of it. You gotta expect Roberto to, at minimum, cross the 1. He can play the 7 to the right side or the 1. The reason I almost like the 1, can he play the 8? Back here where the cue ball is, hard to tell, but the reason I like the 1 to the right side is you can swing the cue ball back down here. And you're close to the 1 to be accurate. Okay, so he can see the 8 coming back where he is now, to the lower right corner. Not the end of the world, by any means. I don't think we'd expect a hill-hill game to be any other way. Similar to 9-ball, when they're hill-hill, they just never seem to have a break and run. The layouts are always awkward. It's like the balls feel the tension. Pretty good cue ball. Wanted to get him over just a bit more, but I think that's okay. It's done well. Steep enough here where if Roberto even considered crossing the 3 to the right side, he knows he's either got to avoid a kiss back up with the cue ball, or he's got to hit it so firm that the cue ball is just going to travel all over. He'd like to get the cue ball in the same position it's in now, but just on the left half of the table up there. He draws into the 9. Looking at the 3. Cross side. This isn't easy. Pretty quick in the backswing there. Maybe a little let up as well, but I think just quick in the tip rise. Forced to go now to the left side pocket. Red 3. Nothing free about it either. You're most likely giving something up if you don't get it down. Just long. Well, off by quite a bit, actually. Alright, going to the left side here. We're considering. Just long. Well, he can play the 8 to the top left and draw back out. Now he sees it. He was considering the 9 cross side. Last game had something similar, but played it long, which is hard to do. He hit it too good. You had to dig into the cue ball quite a bit there just to get it where it's at. Is he playing the 9 straight back? Pretty cold there. He hit it quite well. Definitely able to twist this ball. It's way off the rail. Just want to let it in easy. A little low inside, kind of drag it in. No problem. New leader in the clubhouse, Woodward playing for 3. It's go time. The 7 to the top left. Can you avoid the 1 with the cue ball? Oh, he just caught it way fat. Didn't expect it. 7 kind of landed in no man's land, and Roberto with a smile. You gotta love it, right? I think it's a great attitude to have. Both these guys are like this, and I think it's a great attitude to have. What are you gonna do? You can't change the result, but you can change the outcome. Going past the 6 here. Wants to make sure Skyler knows. He glued him to the rail. Pretty sure Skyler sees that. Well, the conversation is back. They're having a chat, and it's all fun. Maybe Skyler asking Roberto what he would do. How about just go grab a bite to eat and come back? We go to the top right with the 7, the follow ball again. Doesn't want it to play down here in the lower right. Dodged a bullet. Roberto, I believe, can play the same type of a shot on the 8 at worst. I've learned a lot here from Woodward in this match, and I would expect that most of us have, unless we all just naturally knew that you can bank everything with high. I just can't stress the importance of it, though. It does open the pocket up a lot more, making it a bigger pocket. Same shot, high ball. No, Roberto going to the low, and he likes the low ball. Notice how much harder he had to hit it. Options here. Going to the 3. Does he just kind of stun this or try and pound it and draw back? Looks like he's pounding. I don't know that that hurt him by any means. Now he's got a guard against the 9 as well. That's why he's going to it. Can play it to the lower right. Can you put a little more emphasis on the cue ball finishing on the rail up there? Wow. Straight back, he said, I bet he uses a high ball. Don't let me down. Ooh. Roberto did the same thing earlier. I believe it was it this game? Neither here nor there. He is squeaking that in. Both players need 3. Yeah, it was this game where Skyler got the cross on the 9 and Roberto did the same thing, hung it out. Going to the lower left, really got to hit it pretty heavy, heavier than you think. He definitely caught it heavy. Cue ball wasn't bad at all. Can you cross the 1 to the top left? I think there's a couple options here. I actually think you could stiff the 3 past the 1 as well. Doesn't seem to shoot that shot as much as I would expect. Looking to go 3 rails. This is all about the cue ball. Back up where it's at now. Look out. A couple of pretty big collisions. Did he get away with it? I don't believe so. 3 plays to the top left. Crazy game, this. What is he looking at on the 1? Okay, he's going to make the pocket smaller again by drawing this. Still supposed to make it, I think. He is dancing for joy. The 3 covered up the left side, which stops the 1. Skyler has an instant migraine. Oh boy. Well, you can play the 1 to the lower left at minimum. You don't have to play this twice to the lower right. You can just chip it 1 rail. Fun stuff though. Roberto dancing for joy for certain. I tell you what, Roberto just can't get away from the low ball when he's banking. He loves the low ball. If he took a little bit of advice from Skyler maybe in the future, kind of open the cue ball up a little bit with the high ball or more of a center, you can take some speed off of the object ball, number 1. Number 2, the pocket becomes bigger at that point. Number 3, quite a bit more accurate with the cue ball. Woodward, milking it. Oh, it looks good if he's got the pace. George. Both guys having some fun for sure. Gotta love it. Can he just soft kick to the 9? He said he's still in trouble. I'd like to be in trouble like you, Skyler. Wow. I don't know that he thought that one out completely. I know he didn't leave anything automatic, but he had some other options. Going back here to the lower left, where the chalk is. Yeah, he needed that to settle. He cut it way heavy. Now he's got options. I believe he can play this to the top right. I also believe he can play it one rail to the lower right. Watch out, snow. Just short. One was actually on target. Tells you how steep it really was, though. Can he play the 3-3 rails to the lower right? Oh, he's playing it twice. So he just figures to hit it hard enough with the low ball that it'll get out of there if he doesn't make it. Yeah, I almost like it 3 to the lower right because I think you've got a little bit better cue ball and object ball. It's going to be all right, though, I believe. Skyler might be able to bank this to the top left. Just feel like it's a little dangerous leaving him down here low, somewhere around the 1. Yeah, he agreed. Left across corner. Cue ball will be tracking towards the 6 and 9. A little funny here because if he wants to come off the 1, he's got to worry about making it in the lower right. Very good. But can Sky avoid the 6 and 9 now if he crosses it with a low outside? I believe so. Might not even need to use low here. Just level out. Well, another great hit by Woodward. Playing for 1. Yeah, maybe it was time for Roberto to go there that last inning. Just softly to the 1. 6 did get a rail, I believe. He's left at least a 2-railer on the green to the top right. Is he drawing this as well? Just stop right there on the 9. Wow, he's gone way along with it. Felt like that laid pretty natural to just stop, so he kind of cut it a little bit more to where it went wrong. Does Skyler take a chance going to the top left here? Playing for 1. Oh, what a hit this is. I believe that's in the cup. Wow, what a way to finish. A couple of great banks by Woodward. He is going to advance. Gomez is gone. Woodward in round number 9. No losses. You've got to count him as one of the favorites to win this event. Until next time, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.